Well, inflation and supply chain issues rampant across the country are affecting the local wine industry. That includes Butler Winery in northern Monroe County, which is experiencing a shortage of glass bottles. Dom Hayab reports.
The wine industry is experiencing a rapid increase in supply costs. Butler Winery is adapting by changing its bottles and evaluating the price of its wines. Shipping and packaging costs are increasing, specifically for wine bottles. Butler Winery founder Jim Butler says the increase has been substantial.
A week or two ago, the bottles have gone up another 18%, so that's 35% since the 1st of January. And that's if you can get them.
He said that at the start of the year, a pallet of bottles was roughly $1,000. Now it's closer to $1,200. Purdue University professor Amy David studies supply chain management. She says that glass bottles take a lot of energy to manufacture and transport because of their weight. Higher energy costs are reflected through the cost of the bottles.
If you're talking about your $3 bottle of wine from Trader Joe's, you see again that increasing the shipping costs can really change the price point for an item like that.
Other wineries in the area have raised their prices about 7%. Butler says his winery is looking at that range for its next batch of wine, which is about a year out.
The wines that we have in tank now, those are paid for. So there's no increased cost on those. But it's the wine that replaces it this fall. So that's unknown.
The next batch's price will be dependent on continued cost increases across the board. Nearly every part of the process has been impacted somehow by inflation and supply chain issues. Butler says the largest factor will be the cost of fruit in the fall. The winery imports some of its varieties of grapes, blackberries, and blueberries. In the meantime, customers will see a change in the kinds of bottles the wine comes in.
The North American bottle production has been overstretched. So they're not making blue bottles, they're not making brown bottles, they're basically making just a couple basic bottles.
Despite all of these changes, Butler says the company is in a manageable position.
We want them to have a good experience and come here and, basically we're an affordable luxury is how I look at it. So it's someplace, people can come to the winery, they can spend an afternoon, they can have a good time. It's not going to kill their pocketbook.
For WFIU News, I'm Dom Hayab.